You've seen him. Once you've seen him, the game is over. We've not seen him. I got pastors who sit down with me and tell me all the time, if you just tweak your messages a little bit, you could be successful like me. And I don't hold my tongue well. You think I want to be like you? Have you looked at me? What flavor crack did you smoke to make you think that I would rather be like you? Rather be like you and have 10,000 people in my church and my wife not want to be in the same room with me when we get home? Have 10,000 people in your church, but you have to rape, molest, and abuse people over the TV to try to get them to send you $3 more to pay for all the crap God never told you to do in the first place? You really think that's what Jesus died for? I'm telling you why Jesus died. So you wouldn't be filled with suicidal thoughts. I'm telling you why Jesus died. To stop the rape, the molestation, the child abuse. That's why Jesus died. Jesus didn't die so preachers could be famous. Jesus didn't die because your hero on TBN needed a jet. Jesus died because your sin and my sin was so significant that an angel could not pay the price, and that a saint could not pay the price, and that Abraham couldn't go to the cross for me, and Moses couldn't go to the cross for me, although that would have been less than an appropriate exchange. Moses for my life is Moses getting a bad deal. Elijah's life for my life is Elijah getting a bad deal. But Jesus for me. And our problem is we still see Jesus for us. And you ever see him right? It's no more Jesus dying for us. It's Jesus dying for me. That's a bad deal for heaven. I'm telling you, for God to give up that son to get this son, he got ripped off. But he did it. He did it. He did it. And I can see it. I can see it more clearly today than I've ever seen it before in my life. He did it. His nails did it. His scars did it. And they're doing it. Judas traded Jesus for silver. I told you. Matthew 26, verse 25, he calls him rabbi. I told you Matthew 26, verse 14, that he goes to the high priest and says, what will you give me if I give up Jesus? I heard a man preach this one time about Judas, and he said, all he got was 30 pieces of silver. Would it matter if he'd gotten 3 trillion pieces of silver? The point is not how much. The point is, until you're sold, you're always for sale. But I need him to like me. When his opinion matters more than his opinion, you're not for sale anymore. If you would back off of Jesus to attract her, you're still for sale. If you would tweak your testimony for popularity, you're still for sale. If you would worship different, if there were different friends here with you, we get nasty in here now. I know you jumping because you're with your jumping friends. But how would you jump if your non-jumping friends were here? Because how you would do it in front of them is who you really are. What's your silver? Well, I got big plans. I got big plans. And what if he calls you to be a missionary? When mom and daddy are so intent on you becoming a physician, so that they can tell their friends they have a physician in the family. What if God tells you to be a missionary to indigenous people, and you have dreams of athletic stardom? First of all, you're not that good anyway. High school good's a whole different good. I've got dreams and I've got plans. Think about that silver in your pocket. It gets heavy. But your price tag comes with weight. And something at some point will happen in your life. And at that point, silver in your pocket won't fix it. And you need to be able to know in the days to come that silver is not your source. If there's ever been a day where people on this planet needed to be convinced that they belong to something greater than America, I'm telling you, the devil doesn't get nervous when you wave the American flag. But when he sees a vesture dipped in blood, we thought if we waved the red, white, and blue, the devil would have to back off. But we're beginning to find out there's but one flag. He is Nissi. He is the banner that we march under. And he is what scares hell. Watch this. Your silver could be sex. Your silver could be popularity. Your silver could be money. You know, there's a story in the Bible where Jesus comes to the door of the temple. And he stops outside of the door of the temple, and the Bible says he makes a scourge of small cords. And he goes into the temple, and the Bible says he drives out them that bought and sold in the temple and turns over the tables of the money changers. And he says, "You have made my Father's house a house of merchandise." Okay? The word merchandise comes from the ancient word emporion. And the word emporion is where we get the word emporium. And it literally translated is a place of trade, exchange, or negotiation. So in essence, Jesus goes into the temple, turns over the tables of the money changers, drives out them that buy and sell, and say, "You have made my Father's house a house of trade, exchange, and negotiation." We are selling people on a Christianity that is less than Christ. And we have thought that we are becoming more influential because we've negotiated. It's not what people want to hear. People don't really want to hear that. People don't know what they want to hear. We give people on their way to hell far too much credit. If you knew what you needed to hear to keep you from going to hell, you wouldn't be going to hell. The reason why you're going to hell is because you don't know what you need to hear. So God raises up people that will tell people what they need to hear, even if that's not what people think they need to hear. And you have to be willing for people to say, "That's not what I need to hear." We have to need to say it more than they need to hear it. And I don't believe there's any compulsion left in our pulpits. We've anointed these glorified Dr. Phil self-help wannabes to stand and psychoanalyze everybody's issue and try to lay them down on a black couch and talk to them about their childhood and teach them to cope with the fact that they need to be delivered. I don't know when people stop being possessed with demons. Sometime around the birth of the mega church. There quit being demon-possessed people. And we started using terms like they have issues. Lucifer is an issue. Beelzebub is an issue. The prince of the power of darkness, that is an issue. But you ain't gonna sit as somebody and talk to them about whether they were laid on their back of their stomach when they were a baby to determine why they have their issue. Some stuff just got to be cast out. I know that's not popular, but I'm tired of popular Christianity. I want authentic Christianity, even if it flies in the face of what is popular. Give me the real Jesus. Give me real discipleship. Give me real apostleship so I can have real miracles, real signs, real wonders, and a real third great awakening. If we can get the real Jesus, we can get his real promises. Listen to this. Merchandise means a place of trade, exchange, or negotiation. Jesus